Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Today, we're going to talk about food. It's a pretty good list, but I'm sure that there are going to be more questions. Feel free to put those in the chat box as we go along, and I will try not to go too fast, and I will catch the questions that I can. All right. We'll start with some fruit. The first one is banana. Take your non-dominant hand, put your index finger up, and then your pincher finger of your dominant hand and peel your banana. This is your banana, just peel it. Good question. What is the sign for fruit as a comment? I could start with that. So make an F, which is the same as like A-OK, right? And you do it on your cheek, fruit. Fruit. Some people do it lower, but you know, mouth, just above mouth, somewhere in there. That's fruit. So we have banana. Peach. Take your dominant hand and just do this on your face. Peach. Think peach fuzz. Pear. Take your non-dominant hand and put it in a flat O position. And then use your dominant hand and just pull off of it. Pear. Pear. Berries are a general category, so just a generic berry is your non-dominant pointed sideways, and then your dominant hand makes an O kind of around the tip of your finger and turns like this. So a blueberry is the color blue with the sign berry. And a blackberry is the sign color black with the sign berry. And a raspberry is the sign red with the sign berry. And like all languages, there are exceptions. So strawberry is an exception. Strawberry, wait till you see this, is red fox, basically, except fox is like this and strawberry doesn't move. So red lips and then an O on your nose. Orange, so take your fist and you squeeze it in front of your mouth like the color orange. Grapes. Think a bunch of grapes. So here is your stem, so to speak, your non-dominant hand in a flat O shape. And then your other hand outlines the grapes going up the stem. So it's kind of like a bunch of grapes. Apple. Apple, take your dominant hand and make an X and then kind of close it in a little bit. So it's really, instead of being out like this, it's all the way in. And do that on your cheek with your knuckle, same place you signed fruit. Apple. Watermelon. So a sign that is generally covers melons and squash is somewhere around tapping on here. So, um, and what do? You to tell if a melon is ripe, you thump it, right? So it's a watermelon, water plus melon, watermelon. Vegetables, make a V and do vegetables. Carrot, you think of your long, thin carrot out here and you're holding it by the end and you go, think Bugs Bunny. Another sign for carrot is using your non-dominant finger as the pointer, as the carrot, and using your thumb of your dominant hand as a scraper, like a peeler. So I don't see this as often, but it does work. Corn is iconic with corn on the cob. So you have your dominant index finger, kind of, you know, corn on the cob as it goes across your mouth, which is not the same as brush your teeth. It twists. Brushing your teeth goes up and down. Corn on the cob twists. Bean, take your non-dominant index finger and make like what you would hold, kind of pinchers, but you would think about holding a bean in between your thumb and your index finger. And you just move it down, bean. While we're on beans, let's do peas as well. So peas, you just take your index finger. It's the same movement, just a different hand shape. So kind of like this becomes your pod, and there are little peas in the pod, as opposed to beans. Lettuce, take your dominant hand, palm up, crook it a little bit, and do this. Lettuce. Hit the palm, the base of your palm against your head. So lettuce. Right here. Tomato, put your non-dominant hand in a fist and your dominant hand like, and you do this. It's kind of like red slice, red slice, red slice. Not red, just kind of simplify it. Question about multiple times for lettuce or just once? Multiple times. Nouns are pretty much always, if not straight up always, multiple taps. Verbs or instructions, directives are once. So one thing that comes up is that people tell people to, you know, eat or So we'll tell kids to eat. Well, what we're saying is food when we tap multiple times instead of eat. So once is the verb and multiple times is the noun. So lettuce is multiple taps to your head. Tomato. Green beans is just adding green and then do beans. Green beans. Spinach has two signs. If you make a flat O, kind of bring your thumb close to the tip of your fingers and do this. Spinach. It's kind of like money, but up in the air. Spinach. And I believe that is the spinach that is more around here. Another sign for spinach is to take your non-dominant fist and take your dominant thumb and wiggle your fingers on top. So there's two options for you. Pumpkin. People generally use an initialized sign to separate it out from a squash, any other kind of squash, or a melon. So you're going to make a P and just tap on the back of your hand like you would thump for melons, P for pumpkin. Potato. Potato, you're going to get out two, forky things, your index and middle finger, crook them, have this be your stabilizer, your non-dominant, and you're going to start with your hand above, and you're going to make a circle around, and then poke into it. Land on top. So a circle, bonk, around. Circle, circle. Cereal, you're going to take your crook finger and you're going to crook it up and down as you move it across your chin. Cereal. Bread is a two-handed sign. You can have your non-dominant hand with the palm facing towards you. So this orientation. And you're going to take your dominant hand and turn it this way and take it down the back. So think of slicing a loaf of bread from the wrong side, basically. Butter, non-dominant palm up, hand out. Do you remember the sign for soap? We did all of our fingers. Butter is just two. So one thing to think about as I point out the difference between signs, that, people would say, well, how is soap related to butter? Why would they be in the same area? Or school and paper and cleanup and nice. Think of them as words, English words that are spelled close to the same or pronounced closely the same way, but they're very different. So even though soap visually and soap and butter are similar, they're completely different concepts Just think of them as having similar spellings. Peanut butter. Peanut butter, you're going to do the sign for nut, which is the tip of your thumb under your back, the back of your front teeth. Nut, kind of like, even if you do it with your nail, nut, butter, peanut butter. Peanut butter. Jam, you're going to use the back of your non-dominant fist and a J. J action on your thumb, on the back of your hand. Sandwich is a piece of bread with another piece of bread and stuff in the middle, right? So you're going to put your hands home. So have your hand palm up with your thumb, put your stuff in there, chomp, 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 chomp. So chomp, chomp, chomp is the sign for sandwich. So guess what? Now you can sign peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Want to do that? Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Peanut butter, jelly, sandwich. But of course, if you're saying to somebody, you would start with sandwich, right? Sandwich. What kind? Peanut butter and jelly. Meat. Hand with your palm towards you, and then your hand grabbing the meat of your hand. Meat. Just give it a little shake. A student wants to know how to say, I am making a sandwich. So you can do that a couple different ways. You can make, this is the sign for make. And we are going to have a day that is all actions. It's coming up soon. So it's going to be action signs, verbs, and we're also going to have a day that is all descriptions. So make your two fists on top of each other and just pivot. So you could make a sandwich, or you could have bread and spread things on it, and then put something in and make it that way. Or sandwich I'm making. Pizza. Everybody wants to know how to sign pizza. So pizza, you can do at least 3 ways. One is you can sign it. A lot of people sign it. P-I, and then instead of doing 1 Z, they do 2 at once. And then with an A. So P-I-Z-Z-A, that's one way to sign it. Another way to sign it is how you are holding it, you know, the triangle. And feed it to yourself. And the other way is a shortened spelling of it. It's a double Z that ends with an A. Zop, zop, zop. Z-Z-A. And that's what I see a lot of. I see a lot of this and this. But people, when they sign this, they often clarify by adding pizza. But, you know, it's a high emphasis word. Burger. like you're making a patty. Hot dog. So here's your bun, and here's your hot dog. You put it in there. Cheese. It's 2 palms, non-dominant on the bottom, dominant on the top, and you take this part of your hand and this part of your hand, and you rub them together with some pressure. You kind of, you pretty much just keep them pushed against each other and woggle the top one a little bit. Cheese. And feel free to look happy when you're signing cheese, because there are a lot of signs that happen in that area that you don't know yet. Cheese. French fries. Make an F and bounce it twice. French fry. So separate it, little space for 2 words. French fry. Candy. This one requires your face for sure. Like I tell you that every sign does, but this one really does. You take your index finger and you put it on the side of your chin, and you do this while you smile. Candy. Question, is it the same sign for sweet? No, the sign for sweet is this. Sign for Skittles. Sorry. S-K-I-T-T-L-E-S. It's a finger spell. But you would sign candy, and then you would spell it, so that they would have a reference. Candy, Skittles. So then they would know kind of what you're aiming for. Sign for gluten-free is a question. So that's just GF. So you could say bread, GF. Cookie. Have your non-dominant hand out and take your dominant hand and you put it in the C shape, and you just kind of make a round cookie outline on your hand. Cake is like a static cookie, only you bring it up. Cake. So cookie turns and cake rises. Cracker. You need your non-dominant elbow and your dominant A hand, and you just bang your A hand on your elbow. Cracker. Chocolate. My cat is making a vocal appearance, sorry. Chocolate. You take your back of your hand, non-dominant hand, you put your dominant hand in a C, and you move it around in a circle. Chocolate. egg, an H, and another H. Put them on top of each other, kind of at crosses, and then go like that, like you're cracking the egg. Milk, milk, like you're milking a cow, milk. Juice is just a J in the air with context. Juice. So we have orange juice, apple juice. Question, one hand for milk. Yeah, for the milk that you drink. If you're going to go milk a cow, you would do this. This is milking a cow. But drinking milk, it's one hand. You'll notice if you look through this list, a lot of these signs, look through and see what are the easiest ones to sign and see how they're common foods that small children eat. Cracker, it's a fist and an elbow. Milk is a fist. Apple is a fist. Hamburger is two. Eggs, they're symmetrical. So a lot of the first signs that, you know, basic vocabulary of babies and young children are really easy to form with your hands. They're either symmetrical or the one-handed. They don't require a lot of dexterity. And babies who are born into a signing environment start communicating with language at 6 to 8 months old, as opposed to hearing children who talk at 12 months more frequently. So there are simple, easy to create signs with a lot of the basic needs of a baby or a small child. Here is one that is not an easy one for donut. So make 2 R's, turn them upside down, and starting from the top of the circle away from you, make a circle towards you. So, donut. Someone is saying that they use simple signs with their children. I did that with my youngest. I remember she was an infant, and starting off early in the morning, I would get the older kids into the car and then her into the car, and we'd start making the rounds. And I would feed her while I was driving, because this was when a baby could be in the front seat. And I remember she would be so hungry, and starting from when she was 4 months old, she'd be crying next to me and I'm trying to back out of the driveway, and I would just reach over to the passenger sign and sign milk in front of her face, and she would immediately stop crying and put her hands up and wait for the bottle. You know, 4 months old. So great that's a great way to communicate. Curious about why there are R's for donut. I am too. Nut. It's like peanut butter, nut. Chips. R's in the donuts for really good. Yep, that could be. really rich. Lots of really great ideas, guys. Oh, good question. Will the meaning of the sign not change if we don't touch our thumb to our teeth in this time of ultra hygiene? No, I think you can just fake it. You know, just have it be close. As long as you show your teeth. Chips, you can have your pointer finger out to the side, and you're gonna make a C and just go off the end of your finger. Chips. Salad. It's a two-handed sign, and think of a bowl and tossing it. So you stick your hands in and you toss it. Salad. Soup. You're going to hold your bowl in one hand and you're going to use your spoon in the other. Some people use a Y for yogurt and sign that way. What other foods do you want to know about? Throw them in the box, and I will review all of these that we've done thus far. Oh, cereal we did. Oh, popcorn, that's a great one. Cereal we'll catch in the review. Popcorn is two-handed, and you're going to take your finger, your index finger, and your thumb and flick it up. It's like it's popping. Kind of like, I understand, only in front of you. I understand popcorn, yes I do. And you can make it go towards your mouth. It really just goes up in the air. Steak is the sign for meat, is the sign for steak. Same. Applesauce. So a sauce is something that you pour, and your thumb is, so you're going to do apple sauce. Okay, my tech person has requested that I sign pasteurized milk. That's a joke. Okay, throw anything else up there. Back at the beginning, fruit. F on your face. Banana. Apple. Peach. Pear. Berries. Blueberry. Raspberry. Blackberry. Strawberry. Orange. Grapes. Watermelon. vegetables, carrot, corn, bean, lettuce, tomato, tomato, green beans, spinach or spinach, pumpkin, potato, cereal, bread, butter, peanut butter, back at bread again, jam and jelly are the same. Sandwich, meat, pizza, or pizza, or pizza. I encourage you to do pizza. Burger, hot dog. There's another sign for hot dog. I totally forgot. Hot dog. It's the same sign for sausage. So hot dog, hot dog. Cheese. Dominant hand stays still. Your non-dominant hand stays still and your dominant hand wiggles on top. French fries. Candy. Cookie. Cake. Cake. Cracker. Chocolate. Egg. Egg. Milk. Juice. Donut. Nut. Chips. Salad. Soup. I have a list of more. Granola bar. There isn't really a sign for that, so you would make the shape of a granola bar, you know, like a rectangle, granola bar, and you would sign granola, G-R-A-N-O-L-A. Bar, G-R-A-N-O-L-A, bar granola. Muffin. So a muffin and a cupcake look like cake. So context should tell them apart, and if it doesn't, then just add a little finger spelling. You know, M-U-F-F-I-N, or, you know, cupcake. Cucumber. Oddly enough, that is a finger spelling. So C-U-C-U-M-B-E-R. And then you would just kind of make the shape of a cucumber with your fingers. Sushi. You know, there might be a sign for sushi. I'm sure there is someplace, but it's not something that I've seen. So finger spell S-U-S-H-I. I apologize, there probably is something like that. Jelly, same as jam. Fruit snack, like a gummy. So fruit snack, you know, kind of that whole snack sign. So fruit snack, gummy, kind of imitate like pretzel. Two pinchers together like your eyes kind of thing, and then just outline the shape of a pretzel. Grains would be fingerspell, G-R-A-I-N-S, and dairy would D-A-R-Y. That would also be fingerspelling the categories. There isn't a general one for that. Coffee, two fists, one on top of the other, and one kind of goes in a circle on top of. Tea, while we're in the same category, is you pinch your finger and it dips into your cup. Tea, into the top of your fist. Rice is two X's going together. and or finger spelling, R-I-C-E. Pasta, well, this is spaghetti. Take your pinkies, like salad. That's spaghetti. And noodles is, they're not ends, but they're, you know, kind of like your horse ears. Face them towards each other and wiggle as they back off. Noodles. So you could say pasta, P-A-S-T-A, noodles. So macaroni and cheese would be noodles and cheese. Wow, that was a lot of food, you guys. Thanks for hanging in there. And I will put this video up and you can practice. Thanks for coming. I'll see you next time. Bye. Egg. Sorry.